Alright, we'll give this one a go. We have perfect mana spread, I guess. Opponent's name is youtube.com/veto. Interesting. Not sure what that is. This, am I facing a streamer? I'm not sure. Could be. Could be. Legion's landing. Okay. I guess for now we will just keep up. I think we'll keep up the shove aside. I'd rather use this on their Reese, the Redeemed. Because this is just a lot more synergistic, really, than in the 1-1. Arcane Signet, and then that will go into Reese, I'm guessing. Or no? No? You're not going to do that, mate? Oh, people playing like they're playing the Pro Tour. Come on. It's just a 1-mana creature. There we are. There he is. Beautiful. Next turn, we're going to have Dragonhawk, which is going to be absolutely just lovely. What do we give his... Actually, saying that, I think it would probably be better to give his Zurgo, because then if Dragonhawk comes down after that, we get 2 hits with the cards on top. So, we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Elvish Mystic. Yeah, let's get this, because then we can actually draw a card as well. Goodness. Well, we're definitely keeping that. I've just realised how this could be great with, like, ETB effects. Lots of ETB effects. And that's why Terror of the Peaks is probably quite good in this deck. But when I think dragons, I don't tend to think ETBs. But the fact you can, like, bounce and then replay stuff is kind of cushy with the Terror of the Peaks ability of ETB deal damage. Down to 20. Remember, we do have Rebuke soon. Battle for Bretagard. Okay. And the Horn of Gondor. Okay, I feel like this is one of those games where if we Rebuke, we just basically win, right? Let's see how they cope with this. Down to 15. Storm's Wrath. There we go. That's going to sting him next turn. No, we don't want to decline. Right. So they're going to kind of go off this turn. Hopefully they can't win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Greater Hoof, anyone? King Darian. That's going to be a massive smash coming in here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Jeez. On our elves. That escalated quickly, but yeah, as I said, we have a couple outs here. So yeah, let's just make them regret facing us. So that gives their tokens hexproof indestructible, but luckily we didn't use a Storm's Wrath there because I completely forgot it had that ability. Down to 8, so we have lethal next turn unless they have some kind of removal. Decline. And I'm just going to keep that up for the Lightning Bolt. Because we want to kind of kill King Darren in their turn. I think we probably have this anyway, right? They had to draw a removal spell there, but damn, yeah, that was pretty close. If we had gone for Storm's Wrath, we would have absolutely just blown up our own creatures. Today we're looking at another one of Red Hawk's deck list. Red Hawk is one of my fantastic supporters. He's awesome, and he's my highest tier supporter in Patreon. Dragon tier means he gets regular basically videos he can request. So if you want to get involved, check out my Patreon links below and have a look. But today we're looking at this awesome dragon. Now this is dragon which I absolutely love because Ojutai, when that originally came out, that was, well, it still is probably one of my favourite cards of all time. And what they've done is they've combined him with Zurgo sitting on top. I don't know really how I feel about what Zurgo actually does for the card. I guess Zurgo gives him haste, but then he loses 1 power. And the same flavour applies where whenever a dragon you control hits, you get to use Anticipate. And if you don't know what Anticipate is, just do a quick flavor thing. So Anticipate says, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and rest in the bottom of the library in any order. So it's just awesome little bit of flavor. That's what he gets to do, because Ojutai is a very thoughtful dragon. And yeah, that's basically what he gets to do. And also he has hexproof as long as it enters this turn. So it's cool how they've not made him better, they've not made him worse. It's a side grade to the original Ojutai, but you know what? Soon I can put the actual Ojutai in as well. So I do beg your pardon, but this deck tech will take a while. So if you want to skip to the gameplay, please do. A lot of people do anyway. So yeah, let's have a look at what Red Hawk has sent me. Overall, it looks like a really cool, solid list, but there are a few things that I do want to tweak, just because it will just suit my playstyle better. First thing, as you know, I always like to look at the land. So the land basic template here is actually pretty good, apart from the Prismatic Vista, which I don't have a mythic for. So I'm just going to take that out, and I'm just going to pop in, I don't know, I'm trying to keep it simple, I guess. So blue is the next highest. Let's pop an island. We have a lot of duels and tries. I don't want to spend too long on those, because that's the boring part of the video. Right, okay. So I can see that there's a lot of cool red dragons here that he wants to use. Now, as I said, I don't really have enough wild cards to unlock all of them. I don't have any mythics left. So the Shiver and Devastator sadly is going to have to go, because I just can't play the deck if it's in it, so I do apologise. Try and keep it as faithful as possible. But instead of that dragon, I'm going to put in an incredible card. Urza's Incubator, which basically says name a creature type. Those creatures cost 2 less. This is absolutely insane in big tribal decks, and that's definitely going to come in. So that's going to be a superb way to make all of our dragons cheaper. So that's a really nice addition. I notice we've got Aron's Epiphany here, so the extra turns is getting really seen out. So I'm going to take the 7 mana one out, because I just think 7 mana is a bit too expensive. And the reason for that is Arena keeps putting in new ones. We've got Temporal Manipulation, which is taking its turn for 5 mana. So that's already an upgrade. Now, I'm not always about upgrades, but I think if you want to do efficiency, you have to find the cheapest costs, basically, for the effect you want, because otherwise you're just going to get absolutely abused. So you might as well try and find if you've got the cheaper thing, just put it in. That's my opinion. Now, obviously, the other 7 mana extra turn spell did give you 2 1/1s as well, but we're not really in the market for that. We've already got Constables, a few extra turns. So what else can we look at? I think there's quite a few other things in terms of efficiency. So we have Volcanic Spite, which is 3 damage to creature or planeswalker. We're taking that out, and I'll show you why. And we have Lightning Strike, 3 damage to creature to any target. So what we're going to do here is we're going to find replacements for the same amount of mana or less. So 3 damage. This is a really nice way of just filtering what you have. So, we also have Bolt Wave, which I don't think is that good in 1v1, because only 3 damage. In 4-player, that's going to be 9 damage. So keep that in mind. So we're going to take that out, but we're going to put in other things that also throw. Shove Aside, 3 damage. Basically, this is a Lightning Bolt at sorcery speed. We've got Smuggle, which is also a Lightning Bolt at sorcery speed. So keep that in mind. And we also only have Get Lost, but we need Destroy Creature Planeswalker in white. We also have Fateful Absence. Now, I think it would be silly to not have straight up kill spells in a white X deck. It just feels like you need to keep up with the opponent's threats. Now, remember, maybe with semi deck lists, you might be used to your own metagame where your opponents might be facing certain things. But in my metagame, my god, everyone's deck is absolutely insane. So I have to really keep up with it by using cheap effects that do the same thing. A lot of these other things seem pretty damn cool, I have to say. I think Mere Convert is not good as a mana rock, because it dies to not just artifact removal, but creature removal. So I will take that out. But I think instead of that, we're going to put in Warm Poe Stone. So that's going to go in, which is really great. Adding +1 mana to the cost, but then gives you +1 output. I think Patchwork Banner is fine. I think this is much better in a small creatures deck where you're going to take advantage of having loads of little weenie guys. How many dragons do we have? 13. There's not actually that many dragons. These ones are all fine. Sunfall and Expel the Interlopers. I've never, ever really found a game where these are better than a Depopulate or Day of Judgment, to be perfectly honest. And you're paying 5 mana to do something very cute here. Choose a number between 0 and 10. Destroy all creatures with power greater than or equal. Now, when a card says greater than or equal, it wants your deck to have lots of small creatures that won't get affected. Because if you're having a big dragon deck like this and your creature's power is 5, 6, 7, you are never going to find a situation where your opponent has bigger creatures. So I think Expel the Interlope is actually not a very good card in this deck. Again, it's probably good in a Weenies deck, because if you've got those 1/1s and you choose this, choose 2, pardon me, you're going to destroy all creatures with greater than or equal chosen power. So that's going to come out. Sunfall is okay as well, but there's not that many creatures in my meta that really call for it that are indestructible. It's mostly indestructible things or things that you worry about dying that this will be good against. And also, it really hurts our dragon deck because there's no stipulation here that says it will protect our dragons. So you'll see in a minute what I'm going to do. We have some dragons that are 5 and 6 toughness. So we're going to go 4 damage. Each. 4 damage each. We select red. Storm's Wrath. 4 damage each creature, each walker, which is already pretty damn good. Because a wipe like this is probably better in this type of deck because it just means we get to save some of our creatures. I know it will kill Zurgo and Ojutai, but so would the 5-mana board wipe. But this does mean that when we have Inferno Starmans out, this doesn't die and it survives. I could have sworn we had another one. Pardon me, I've got a frog in my throat. You know what? Charm's going to come as well because it just helps me ramp a bit. +2 red. What do I think about this so far? So I think this is already it's already neatened up superbly. So we're going to have to think about this Sarkhan because we don't have a mythic. So sadly that he will have to come out, even though he's very, very cool, makes things cheaper. And Wrathful Red Dragon, which again, it's good, but only if we're being dealt damage. Now, this card is a bit of an oxymoron. It cares about dragons being dealt damage. How often is an opponent going to have a flying blocker? And how big is it going to be? It's unlikely. Most people don't really use that many big flyers. Most people use ground creatures. So if your opponent does have a blocker, it's tending to be a small 1/1. So I think we're going to take this out, and it's just not... I don't think it's a very good dragon. It's a 5-mana 5/5, which is decent, but yeah, we'll keep that. So what we'll do now, we've got 2 slots open, so we're going to go for dragon, and then we're going to search for rare and mythic, and we'll see what we're going to have. Now, I already have something in mind that I want to use, which is Imrith. This guy is absolutely insane. He's got ward. He just has, bit of protection, bit of card draw, so that's definitely coming in. White doesn't really have that many good dragons apart from maybe AO. But I think because Red Hawk cares about red dragons, let's look a bit more at the red ones. Because I've also got Atsushi, which is kind of good. If this dies, you get some treasures. I think we'll put that in as a preliminary card. I think some of these other ones aren't that exciting. Thunderbreak Regent's kind of cool whenever one of our guys gets hit by a spell, 3 damage to that player. That could be kind of cool just to punish our opponents. Goldspan, Glorybringer, all the really excellent red ones. Terror of the Peaks. Lapis probably should go in. We'll put a Lapis in. And then we'll take a look at what we have going on here. Okay, so again, more focus on red. I feel like we're getting to a pretty good position here. We've got 1 overboard. How many lands? 40. Absolutely perfect. Rift is fine. The mana drain and the Rift is going to really up our opponent's power level, but I'll just keep it in for lols. These are fine. Bolts. Oh, what did I see earlier? Pyroclasm. Reckless Barbarian. I'm not a huge fan of this, but we'll give it a go. Burst Lightning, that was it. 2 damage or 6 or 5 mana for 4 damage. I'm not a huge fan of that. But yeah, you know what? I think I'm happy with this. This is a nice curve. It's got more of a... It just looks a bit nicer on the curve here. And we'll give this a go. So, Red Hawk, I hope you enjoy this. Let's get into the video. This is normally... I normally do the deck techs in a different way. I've normally play tested by the time I've showed you the deck tech. But with these types of videos, this will be... I get the deck list. I tweak it. Let's get into some games and see what happens. Alright, this hand seems pretty cool. It is nice seeing cards that I don't normally see. So it's cool to give those a go, because I'm used to kind of like my own, my own templating, my own things, but we'll see how this goes. Nice. We'll put one at the top to here. But yeah, as I said, the risky thing about having creatures that add mana is they can just get killed so much easier. But, maybe there's a benefit to that. All I know is that Gix is going to be able to deal a hell of a lot of damage and draw a lot of cards. So, unless I play a 1-3, though, that has Menace, so he can't actually block anyway. What's better to do here? This and Dragon Servant, I guess. But yeah, as I said, this Patchwork Banner is okay, but it's much better in a deck that wants to make loads of little 1/1s. Because then you're getting exponential benefit. But if your deck only has, as I said, 13-ish creatures in it, and you're playing one dragon and you get a buff of 1, then it doesn't feel so good. But oh, swords as well. Always tap the Ornithopter where you can. Why is it wanting to... Yeah, well, I want to leave the white mana up, basically. So he's got Hexproof this turn, so I don't know why the opponent is trying to... I actually don't know what the opponent's trying to do here, to be honest. Maybe they didn't read the card properly, or... Ah. That is very annoying. Well, that's, that lasted long. Okay, fine. We'll have to cast him again next turn. Now, as long as we can remove Gix, I think we might be okay. But yeah, that is a shame. The 0 mana removal spell. This is the kind of stuff we're competing against, guys. 0 mana spells. So any one of our spells that is overcosted is really going to bite us in the arse. And they have a blooming Shieldred as well. Oh, jeez. So Shieldred plus Black Market Connections is absolutely horrifying, because they just start gaining so much life. Do they have a way to prevent that? No, okay. So the deck is just a lot of small dudes and then Gix, I guess, but... Right. Now, they like holding priority when we cast Zurgo, don't they? Come on, let's get ourselves a good card here. Something good. River's Rebuke. Okay, well, that's not too great. No, we'll leave that there. I don't really want to return that one. I mean, returning the Glazeth Prismari is kind of cool because it means we can get more treasures. You motion one of those dragons its owner's hand. Okay. Sarkhan plus Galazeth. Is that good? I don't really know. I feel very, very vulnerable right here with these 2 mana guys. They're going to start smacking us with these. Does that mean they have some kind of board wipe? Because surely they would have played Gix first to draw 2 cards, right? Surely? Oh, there we go. See? There we go. Makes sense. Well, I guess that's depopulate. So now I'm thinking maybe we don't cast any creatures at all. Sadly, we don't have enough mana to... Yeah, I'm just going to pass back to them. Because we had the depopulate, it's just not worth it to play a big creature out and then it just gets killed by our own board wipe. I don't think that's a nice thing to do. Tiny Bones. Just play the Gix, dude. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they can draw a card with the cast lock throw, but they will take 2. Oh, River's Rebuke. Is that just better? No, I want to kill everything. River's Rebuke's going to be excellent for the following turn, though, to clean up all those extra residual things they have. Although this is going to be giving them a lot of more advantage. But I guess +1 card isn't going to hurt too much. So they draw with this, they lose 2 life as well. So they are slowly dying to their own card. They put Gix in the graveyard, which is interesting. Okay. They're at 9 in the air as well, like... They can't afford to lose too much more life here. They do have the Shadow Spear, obviously, to gain them said life. We actually have 8 haste as well, so they don't have removal for any of our things. We'll see. They've got some kind of reanimation. If they reanimate this for cheap and then use his 7 mana ability to play our things and their permanents, our River's Rebuke just bounces those permanents back to our hand. So that weirdly might be beneficial if he steals our stuff. Hagadim's Awakening, okay. So, are they just realizing that we have lethal? I'm not really sure. Maybe they're just realizing that Galazeth plus Zurgo is dead. But they still have 3 mana up, so not sure. So we do this. How much do we have left? 1, 2, 3. No, let's just. Should we just play it safe? I think we just try and go over the top first. Although we could have probably made a creature there as well. But if they had a removal for one of these creatures, that would have been really, really bad. They're down to 2. I think this is literally the safest thing, because I really don't want to risk losing because we got cocky, and I have done that many times before, guys. I've just lost the game because I thought I'd won, and I did the thing that people expected and then lost. So sometimes it's best to do the thing people don't expect. And I know that some people might think that's risky, but I don't know. It could have gone either way, right? Shadow Spear. So they're looking at our things like they have removal. Interesting. Long Goodbye. Ginger Brew. So now we see everything in their hand. They can gain 2 life, and then they can sacrifice us to gain 3. So damn. Basically, they've... Oh, that was silly. Oh no, you have to tap it, don't you? Oh, I see. You have to tap it. Do you know something interesting there, guys? They would have actually been better off just sacrificing that to gain 3, going to 5, and then they would have theoretically survived our dragon on the field without Zurgo and Ojutai. But yeah, that was a forgive the pun, hasty move. Yeah, they would have been at 5. But even if they did that, let's be perfectly honest, I still had the Zurgo anyway. But if we didn't have the mana for whatever reason, then they would have made a silly boo-boo there. But yeah, okay, that didn't do too badly. My god, this hand is stacked. No, let's keep it. It's fun. Let's see what they got against an equipment-based build. White-red equipments. Man, 3 5-drops is bloody risky, though. Start with the Authority. Pyroclasm, it used to be a really good card. I think in Standard it's really good. I don't know how I feel about this 1v1 format where people are using Super Friends more and more commonly, but let's search for any equipment put in Chan. That's kind of crazy. Like, it's in a way it's like a demonic tutor, right? It's a demonic tutor for equipments. So yeah, I guess people be searching for stuff they don't even know they're searching for. That's one of my pet peeves in this game. If you're going to use a tutor, think about what you might need before you go for it. They're going to go for a Lava Spur Boots. Simple, effective. I really wish we had some ramp here. Foundry Beetle. Okay. Upkeep. I'm going to kill that. I'm going to kill that 100%. Makes equipments cheaper. We do not want that to be a thing. Okay, we still don't have a 4-drop. How big is she? She's 4 toughness. Okay. Looks like they didn't have anything either. Damn. We might just get away with absolute murder here. More of the Skyclaves with nothing to equip it to. That is really quite bonkers, to be honest. I did not expect to see that. Ooh, unable to scream. Well, I'm keeping that. Try and disable their Nahiri. Yeah, yeah, let's go for the decoy dragon. And I say decoy dragon because these two are the absolute bomb. Lathless. Oh, yes. They're going to need a board wipe, aren't they? They're going to need a board wipe. If they miss a land drop again, I can't imagine them... Oof, that is scary. So all that stuff comes down. Well, and here he just comes down for so much cheaper. Bloody hell. You may equip equipment spells. Whenever an equipment creature you control attack, exile the top. How do they have the mana for that? You may cast equipment spells this way without paying its mana cost. Oh, it's because the fighter class. Right, okay. Good. Damn it. Do we just use Unable to Scream here? Probably not, because they can equip stuff with that. Also got Award 1. Okay. Get the mana. Oh, I don't know. They're down to 10. We'll put this on it. Just make it kind of useless. And that's just a 2/2. So even if they equip the Colossus Hammer, somehow it's still only going to be 12/12, which is not lethal. Ooh. We create a treasure in response. Very nice. Lion Sash. Yeah, the fact this is a 2/2 with no abilities is just kind of crazy now. Right, do we have it? They have no flying. Let's just go for Time Warp, just in case I have some kind of strange interruption spell. Oh, damn. I was panicking there. I thought I'd made a mistake. Okay, it's all good. Right, keeping those risky hands again. I'm kind of into this, keeping just weird starters. Because you can always just mulligan for the same stuff, right? But it's just not as exciting as trying to pull it out of your... Yeah, just pull it out of your whatever. That being said, the authority of the consoles is... seems to favour coming in the starting hand. There is a weird phenomenon with certain cards, I find, that they just like to be in your starting hand. I don't know what it is. Cabinet Souls is also one of them, funnily enough. The reason I stopped playing this on a lot of my decks is because I kept getting it in my starting hand and it was driving me absolutely nuts. And now it's coming back to haunt me once again. We'll see. Authority of the consoles, I don't know how I feel about this. It's a little bit silver bullet, so it's effective against certain things, but then it isn't against many other things. So I think against something like, mono red goblins, which, how common is that? It's going to be great, but then against, I don't know, super friends, not good at all. But then I guess there's an enjoyment in playing the risky side of Magic. Okay. Let's go for red. Do we currently have a way to outlast a Bonnie Pal deck? The answer is no. It also has reach, which is horrifying. Palos Druid, can't interact with that. Oh, no, we can. Oh, look at that. Look, we actually have synergy with Authority Consoles for once. That's crazy. That is actually kind of crazy. Lightning Bolt. No, we already have a Lightning Helix. That is quite pleasant. I have to say that now means they cannot play a 4-drop on turn 3. Interesting. And we have a kill spell. Dragon, so they can't counter this and they can't kill it. Okay. Okay. Maybe we have got a chance. Okay. Let's get ourselves another win con, boys. What are we going to get? Okay, that looks like one. If we decline this... No, I don't want to return it, because that means we can't use this next turn. Let's see what happens. Another fetch land, which is a suboptimal fetch. The only decks that really want to see these common fetches is stuff with landfall triggers, right? Only issue now is this Temporal Sundering doesn't have any targets. Oh, it can balance the Authority, I guess. Let's see what we get here. Well, there's another good card. Decline. Do we just go... I think we're just going to go for this. We're going to... Target player takes extra turn. And then we'll return this. It's a bit weird. Oh, wait, that says up to, doesn't it? Return up to. Oh, that's a shame. That was stupid of me. Oh, well. I think we might have this, considering we have River's Rebuke and a Time Warp. What the heck is this deck? This deck is utter BS, my dude. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can't do everything. But you know what? We're going to get an extra turner. This is so jammy. This is so jammy. I've never got off this hard with extra turns. Oh, that feels so wrong. That feels so wrong. But yeah, Red Hawk, I hope you enjoyed me running your deck. It was really fun. I think there's a lot of really cool things in it. So yeah, if you guys want to get your own video on the internet on my channel, featuring my help, maybe editing your decks, helping you make decks, then why not have a look at my Patreon and Ko-fi and even YouTube membership channel. Look at these decks, 100 decks, 100 awesome decks. I make hundreds more. I've made almost 600 videos on the channel. So I definitely have deck editing chops. Again, if you need help, because I know some of you don't have the inclination, the time, the experience to make A-grade decks, S-tier decks, but I can help you. But you'll have to help me as well via Patreon, Ko-fi page. Yeah, all the donation stuff in the description below. Hope you have a fantastic day. And thank you once again, Red Hawk, who is my Dragon God tier donator. It's the ultimate tier you can be. And maybe you will be the next Dragon tier Patreon. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.